Here we have a 2022 GMC Sierra 1500. And this one comes in a crew cab with 4-wheel drive in the elevation trim level. And the powertrain consists of a 2.7 liter high output turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this one comes in onyx black on jet black cloth interior. So as we come around to the front end, we do have that refreshed front fascia here with our LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and then we also have LED fog lights as well. And I do love the look of the elevation, having that grille all blacked out, especially in this black. It looks super, super mean. And then down here, we have 20-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors. And then over here, we have the controls for our power door locks, power windows, power mirrors, and then for the driver's side, we do have automatic one-touch up and down functionality. 2 cup holders there, little map pocket. And then here are the controls for our electronic parking brake, drive modes, trailering modes, 4-wheel drive, as well as our headlamps. And there is our driver's seat, power with power lumbar support. So before we hop in the back seat, let's take a look at this window sticker here. I'm going to show you all the standard features that are available. So you do get quite a bit standard on this elevation. And that's going to be our sticker price there. $56,670. Let's hop in this back seat here. So of course, with this being a full-size pickup truck, plenty of leg room and headroom. I have several inches of headroom above me, and I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3". And then look at all that space I still have in between the back seat and my knees. Very, very impressed. And then down here, we have our rear AC vents. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A charging port, 3-prong household plug-in, 110 or 120 volts. So it's nice to have that in here. And then taking a look at the back seat here, that's where the middle seat folds down. And I like that you have the cup holders and then you have a little bit of storage in the middle as well. If you have a smaller phone, maybe change or keys, whatever, you can put that in there. And it stows away pretty easily. And then we do have hangers on the back to hang our clothes. Let's go ahead and check out the back of the cargo space. And before I go any further, we have a fuel filler there. And just look at the back end there. Now our actual tail lights are LED, but I believe our brake lights and reverse lights are gonna be just a regular light bulb. And we do have the multi-pro tailgate. So we can just hop in there, then use this to help us up. And to close that, you just go in reverse. Ooh, this one's heavy. And there's our front passenger seat, and that's just gonna be manual 4-way, I believe, or 6-way, excuse me. But next we're gonna go ahead and pop the hood, check out the engine bay, take a look at this turbocharged 4-cylinder in a pickup truck. A full-size pickup truck at that. And there it is. 2.7 liter turbocharged, 4-cylinder. And now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So here we have our leather wrapped steering wheel, which we can heat. And there's a toggle for that there. But let's go to this all new screen for 2022. That new 13.4 inch Google Assistant screen. I have the audio up now. You have AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth. And you also get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. And then we can open our maps here. Now, one thing that I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't like subscriptions, but the Google Maps on here pretty nice. And then you do have, I believe, 3 years of it included with this particular truck as part of your OnStar connected services. Otherwise, I have to pay a monthly fee. If you don't want navigation, I guess it's good for that. If you need it for a trip or something, you can just subscribe to it for a month or whatever. But I just don't like navigation subscriptions personally. But you get wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can just use the maps on your phone anyway. And then if you were to tow, you have your trailer light test here. And I do like the setup of the screen. You can kind of change what's shown over here, whether it's the navigation, the audio, or if you just want to have a clock on there. And then, of course, you can further go into how everything is set up here in your settings. Then you have a Wi-Fi hotspot. You do have standard dual zone automatic climate controls. And then you can fool with all that there, fan speed. And I like how intuitive the actual screen is. So you can decide where you want the airflow to go. And really quick. You don't have to sit there and wait and then hit a button twice and it's lagging or whatever. But if you don't want to use that screen there, you do have buttons down here below, along with your 3-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger. And then here we can toggle our lane departure, auto stop, fold the tailgate down, let all 4 windows down, and we still have a home button and an audio knob, which is nice. Turn all that all the way down. And then over here we have a USB-A and a USB-C port there. And here in the center seat, pretty generous center console cubby space, along with cup holders and a few storage pockets there. And then we can even fold the seat up. And we have a 3rd seat up front. And then to let that back down, you just pull this strap here. And then you're good to go there. And there's a quick view of the back seat from up here. And we do have 2 storage compartments over here. There's our upper compartment, and then we have our traditional glove compartment here with owner's manuals. And I love this finish here. It's a really nice trim. But over here to the steering wheel, we can toggle our cruise control here. The forward collision gap adjust there. Then over here we have our voice recognition controls, and we can use this scroll bar and these arrows to go through our gauge cluster. And we have that new all digital gauge cluster here. And then we have trackless or radio station favorites. We can toggle those here. And then volume, we can toggle that up and down here. And this one does have the column shifter. So we can just pull here, reverse, neutral, drive, and then low mode, and then we can shift using this toggle here while we're in low mode. And here we have our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. But next, we're gonna go ahead and take this 2.7 liter GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation out on the road for a quick test drive. So one thing I will say to start, I really love the turbo whistle. It sounds like I'm driving a Duramax or something. That's just how I feel in this truck. So I love that. And not towing anything, not hauling anything. The 4-cylinder does get up very nicely in my opinion. But for someone who barely tows or hauls, this would probably be for that one person who doesn't mind not having a V8 because they won't be using a truck to its full capacity. They just want a truck. Or if you're gonna be doing some light towing or light hauling, whatever, this is gonna be the powertrain for you, in my opinion. Then again, honestly, that 3-liter Duramax might be the best option because with this turbo 4-cylinder, you really don't get the added benefit of fuel economy like you would expect. It's a little bit better, but you can get 14 city, 19 highway with a 5.3 V8 or better, and this is only rated to get you 17, 20. So highway, not making that big of a difference. In city, if you have to get higher up in the RPMs to accelerate anyway, you're really just breaking even, in my opinion at least. But I haven't put them to the test. I'm sure there are videos out there for that. But really, really smooth ride. They did just repave this interstate, so that has something to do with it. But I'm very, very impressed by how smooth this truck is riding. And there's our auto stop that just came on there. We'll give it a little throttle here. So pretty solid acceleration. It actually feels quicker than the 5.3, definitely the V6. Of course, that has to do with just the turbo pull. So if they were to race, I'm sure that wouldn't be the case, but finding that sweet spot with the turbo, I didn't have to put my foot all the way in it, as opposed to if I had a V8, I would have to put my foot down to really get the full amount of power that I would need to accelerate to the best of my ability. So, but in my opinion, for hauling, this would probably be the best option because you do get the benefit of having, even though it's only a little bit better, the better fuel economy. And certainly being able to use the auto stop, and then when you do have to idle, it's not going to burn as much gas. I will say, for the price point though, I would have liked to see a steeper discount. I mean, I'm still almost paying $60,000 before taxes or dealer markup or anything for a 4-cylinder pickup truck. So that might deter a lot of potential customers who are thinking I could just pay another $2,000 and get a V8. 56 and 58 really aren't that big of a difference to me, especially in this elevation model with cloth. So me personally, I'd probably get the 3-liter Duramax, get an SLT, and call it a day. But that's just me. But this will bring me to an end of my review of the 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation with a 2.7-liter 4-cylinder engine.